And then I wanted to give a shout out to a game, not a game, it was a project, an early access for the MetaQuest that may have sold me on a VR headset. You saw it first.
I saw it. I was standing in line.
Like, should try this. So
and I saw it. Yeah, I went and grabbed him. I said, "You gotta go."
So essentially, it's called Pencil, and it's cross media, XR, whatever. XR. So it's augmented reality. But what it is put the headset on, and you look down at the blank sheet of paper, and they have a frame around the paper in XR, and you can look up and you can select what you want to learn to draw, and you use an actual pencil, and you look back down, and it's got the red outline of we're gonna give you step by step how to draw. It starts with like their character, but you can have animals. They mentioned they're gonna have like anime packs. They're trying to partner with companies to start bringing in different like drawing packs. You can learn to draw different things, which I think is fabulous. You can also go into grab a PNG file off of like the internet and load it up and draw that. You can do
if they're not able to sideload other art, then it's kind of a waste.
So and then you can actually grab some of the 3D items that they have in the VR room and set them and place them and rotate them and adjust them, even set the lighting so you get different casting of shadows. And anyways, so you look down at your paper after you've selected or set up the 3D thing, and it's got the outline of, here, draw this first, and it'll be like red. You can adjust the opacity to see more or less of it, so you can see your actual pencil. So you're actually sketching on paper, following the lines. Like, okay, you finish the guy's nose and eyes, and you use your finger and you tap next in the air. Okay, we're gonna do his body. You tap next. We're gonna do his legs and his hands. You tap next. We're gonna draw the big pencil next to him. Tap next. You're done. I thought that was really cool. It's a very simple drawing thing.
Did you try it?
Yeah. I played it.
It was fun watching.
I had a feeling that you were going to be there for approximately 3 hours.
I almost was, because I was ready to start the next lesson, but I ended up starting to shade and do some things.
Yeah, Dali was finishing it up after the demo was done.
I was really excited for it because I have a daughter who's into art.
Your daughter loves
to draw, and being able to, I think something like this is fantastic for anybody who wants to learn how to draw, especially for kids, I think, because kids want to draw their favorite stuff and they want to be good at drawing their favorite stuff. And this can teach them to draw Minecraft, Steve, but it can also teach students in art school or in regular school, in high school and junior high, how to do perspective drawings, how to shade, how to get your line weight correctly. I think it's really a powerful, it's in early access. I think it's powerful
because the reality is that tracing is an extremely effective way
effective. That's how I learned.
Two of those motor skills for that kind of thing.
Well, exactly, because
and to do like the 3D still life. So you set this thing up.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then you look down at the blank sheet of paper with the frame, and it's taken that image and place it there.
It basically creates a vector. It basically creates a vector art off of a 3D.
And then you can start adding layers. It is so cool. And the other, let me finish up with this thing. I asked them, can you record because they'll take screen captures of your finished product. They want to do like a gallery thing.
Oh, can you do like a time lapse?
I said, can you do like a video or a time lapse? Like a video would be kind of cool, or a time lapse. They said they're still trying to figure out how to do that. But one thing they can do, he's pretty confident they can knock it. They just started this like last year, which is wild.
That's crazy.
Is that it will take a snapshot of each, like, let's say it's like a 5-step to draw their logo.
Of each step.
So
every time you hit next, it takes a snapshot.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
So you can create a GIF.
You can create an animated GIF, as my daughter says, GIF. We're so old, we say GIF. But I thought it was really cool. There were certain things like, I told him, like, I want to be able to turn, because when I draw, I don't just draw like this.
Yeah.
I actually turn a sheet of paper.
I do love how passionate he was when he's like,
finally somebody understands. And he was showing me like the methods that he was doing, that they actually.
He had 3D printed a thing for his
controller,
because the way they were doing the rotational stuff was controller based.
Yeah, they were leaving the controllers.
So that he can keep it, so that he can keep it stationary and. So what it was.
Or
that he can do something specific to rotate the image.
So using the control. So prior to going to MetaQuest 3, because this was basically part of a meta incubation jam type of thing, right? You have to place the controller, and it would map where the controller is, and that's where it knew where the sketching surface was, not the camera necessarily, the controller. So positionally, that's what it was mapping. So to turn the sheet of paper, you're turning the controller, so it knows, okay, that because the controller is turning this way, I'm going to turn. They've turned the sheet of paper this way, so the screen is just doing like this. Wild. So, but what he wants to do, he's like, we're literally just learning as we're going.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's like, I'm glad you told me, you know. I'm like, you probably just have like one point in each corner or a QR code or something, and as you turn it, it's knowing to turn the logo or the image or whatever it is you're drawing. Because I rotate a lot because of I'm not a wrist. Like one thing we're taught in art school is you don't want to use your wrist. You want to use your whole arm, and that unfortunately means turning the paper a lot so you can get it to certain things. Anyways, awesome educational tool. I freaking love this thing. The possibilities for me are like this is great. And they even brought up a point that like when the Studio Ghibli stuff, people were starting to post all those images. They actually had like those. They actually had like downloaded, or they had like actual Ghibli art that you can learn to sketch over. And he's like, so people can actually learn to create the Ghibli art instead of having an AI do it. I'm like, that is awesome. Yeah. That's totally the way to do it, you know? Yeah, so anyway, cool. It was, I think there's some really cool opportunities with that. And I really enjoyed that.